So let's get it rolling to our keynote address coming up next. So the topic is designing trust in a machine-led world, and we already have our keynote speaker joining up on the stage. So over to you, Anjali.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I think everybody is doing good now, right? We got our energy booster today, isn't it? Yeah, okay, fantastic. So now let's get some drama into the entire thing that, the interesting topic that we are talking today about marketing, right? So let me ask I'll be asking a few questions as we go through it. Do you really remember last time any advertisement made you feel happy or you literally cried? Do you remember any ad that you have seen? Yeah? Any advertisement? It can be from the back times as well. Today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to also play few videos, right? And that would actually tell some interesting story about the world of marketing, right? So this one, you can imagine something is happening here. I want everybody to be actually seeing this here because there's some interesting images, right? So this one, right, you see there are people in India, right, some place in India trying to do something. Somebody from India here? Okay. I don't mention if you know this ad. Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah, perfect. Good. So let's come here and I'll play this ad for a minute. Is the sound not playing? I need sound, please. Yes. And a little bit more volume, yeah? Because advertisement, there's no fun without sound, right? That's okay, you just play. Shall I play? Okay, let me go back. The secret got released, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quite complicated, right? See, so many people trying to go somewhere, right? And the roads are always not linear. They will always be jerky, right? I don't know if you people have actually gone to India or gone to a place where, there are quite ups and downs and sand is there, right? And then you saw something that happened, right? What are we talking about? What is this brand all about, right? Fevicol. Fevicol is basically that sticks things together, right? So such an interesting and human way of saying the same thing. But you are not knowing about what are we saying, right? Until the end. Right? We are just wondering, what is this all about, right? There are people trying to go somewhere, they're hanging. Oh my God, what is happening, right? You're not able to figure it out. But you stick with the ad, and at the end of it, you start smiling about, oh my God, this is beautiful, right? So people are able to hang around and go to a place, right? Because Fevicol made it happen, because it glues people together, right? Isn't that a beautiful way of saying things? Now, this ad, people from India will definitely know this one, and don't guess the age of mine because this is quite an old ad and very emotional ad. And you understand, people in India, right, we all love cricket as well. So that's about it. Let's see this one. It's not playing for you. Just play from that. Just click on it. And most of the time, the secrets are getting released before I even question you people, right? What's happening?
So this is my favorite one.
This is your favorite one? Mine as well. So most of you people must be wondering, hey Anjali, we don't understand Hindi. You are showing us something which is in Hindi. But just tell me honestly, did it connected? Yeah? You people are smiling? There is something beyond words. There's something beyond language. Right? We all are able to narrate, understand and understand what narration is all about here, right? We're talking about human life, we're talking about love, we're talking about excitement of a female, right? When she sees the boyfriend winning something, right? And she's just cracking and just jumping out to really celebrate that moment. And what is Cadbury's all about? You celebrate that moment. And in India, predominantly, we don't consume sweet as sweet, right? We associate sweet with every occasion we might have. It's my birthday, I need sweet. Oh, I got promoted, I need sweet. Oh, my mom's birthday it is, right? Or I'm feeling so happy, I need sweet, right? So that's what Cadbury's understood, that for Indians predominantly, and I'm pretty sure for rest of us as well as Asians, right? We attach our emotions with sweet stuff and we celebrate, right? So the brand which understand that emotional factor wins it, right? Now, so are all of these things very accidental? Maybe it happened that ways. But I actually pondered on it and figured out these are not accidental things. These are basically scripted, visualized, imagined by people who understands what? Do they understand algorithm? How many people? People have, oh, very nice. It's not about people understand, okay, 2 people. It's not about people who understand algorithms, right? It's about people understanding human beings, people understanding emotions, right? And how to connect emotionally with another human being. As my friend today in the morning was actually saying, ultimately, we are dealing with humans, we are selling to humans, right? Machines are just intermediators in between, yeah? Now, let's go to this one. All right, the topic today is all about trust. Right? And you must be wondering, why these 2 images here? Anjali, what is the meaning of these 2 images? Because I try to speak from a human angle all the time, so hence these 2 pictures, right? I'll tell you, when your kid is going out to ride the bike for the first time, girls are actually attached to fathers, right? Correct? Yeah, okay. Boys with mom, mostly predominantly. So this is actually the thing, right? When I wanted to ride a bike and I was actually feeling quite scared, the moment your father is touching you and giving you that comfort and care, you are able to take that challenge. You are able to ride. You're feeling very scared that this is a place that I'm not comfortable with, whether I'm going to fall or I'm going to ride my way through. But with the person behind you, who is your father or your mother, you feel okay. You said, okay, fine, I can actually conquer the world. That's about trust. And then remember, when we were kids, we used to hear same story from our grandparents, not once, but several times. Because we trusted what they're telling us is actually true, right? We love the storytelling. And that's about trust in the world of marketing as well. Now, let's go to the next one. Because I talked about my grandparents, so let me go back to my grandmom. My grandmom was a very interesting person, and I'll tell you why. She was a quite, learned and read person. Back in time, right, we had only few sources of actually figuring out what's happening in the market and what product to buy, right? She used to always stick to television, which used to be old school television giving limited ads, right? She used to watch those ads and then tell me, Anjali will go out shopping and will find this product. I said, grandmom, why do you want to really chase the product? He said, no, I found something interesting in advertisement and it actually promises it's going to be a good one. But I don't trust like that, I want to test it. So she will go to the market, she will try that product, talk to her friends, and then make a decision. Now, she was a good reader as well. She used to read things, advertisements coming on newspaper, magazines and so forth. So there was some correlation. She used to find something on television and then go back and figure out something on the print ad, right? And then build that trust or a knowledge. I would not say trust to begin with. It is more of knowledge. She's accumulating knowledge about the product, right? With me, so far so true? Okay. Now, these are the other ads. most of you people, or few of you people would actually recognize, and I'll tell you some very interesting story, right? So, both the grandmom, from my father's side and my mother's side. My mother's side grandmom was very particular about this entire brand, right, called Hammam, which is used to actually, take shower using this, this soap. It's a soap. Hammam is a soap. And I remember she built that trust with this brand called Hammam that she used to, when I actually, became a big girl, and she used to say, Anjali, I want this soap only because I love that one. It is really good. And you know what happened? I had to really hop from one market to another to really find this one. Otherwise, she will not get settled. And today my dad and even my brother is saying, hey, our grandmom, Nani, the way we call in India, she used to love Hammam and Hammam is really good. Please go and hunt it. What does that mean? That things pass generations. Correct? These things, brands from time, build that kind of trust that pass generations. I still remember first time we bought our refrigerator, that was a specific brand that I remember even today, right? And this was by thorough research my grandmom did, right, about that product, talking to her friends, going to market, experiencing it, whatever limited information was there, also seeing ads, which were very primitive ads coming on television. But were they primitive, very primitive ads? Maybe not, because they were doing really good job in terms of connecting with people, understanding their emotions, and delivering values, right? Now, we'll go to this one. Now, what I'm talking about, this is typical, right? We all have long hairs, we all need, proper oiling, right? So grandmom doing it for the daughter, and then daughter doing it for a grandchild, right? Same oil has passed generations. Same detergent would have passed generations. Same thinking, same way of cooking, passed generations, right? Because of not what was told once by a senior that is carried on, but also because there is a trust that gets passed on from one person to another and to the third. And brand has been delivering consistently for every one of them. Now, the world that we play in, there are multiple brands competing for each other, right? So much is happening in the world of choices, right? There are so many choices, so much comparison. What is happening with my grandmom today? She also evolved, she became smart individual, right? Now, she actually can, and this is real. Whatever I'm telling you, it's all real thing about real people, right? She actually goes to internet and figure out, right, what is happening. But something that I have not taught her about internet at all. And same goes with my mother. She used to earlier feel very irritated because new technology things were actually so complicated for her, and she wanted some guidance. But courtesy to voice recording and voice answering, right? Now she's on her own. She said, okay, you get lost, you people are not answering me, it's okay, Google will answer me, right? And I trust Google more than all of you. That's what the world is all about, right? Now, but she still, how she trust? Now today, if you see this image at the back, or the video at the back is again having meaning, right? I want you to observe it for a second. There is a shirt that we are bringing out and then putting back in. We go to shopping mall and always try, look for options. That's our mentality today. We don't make decisions faster because we doubt, right? Most of our time. We want to do thorough research before we make any purchase decision. Now, that's exactly what my grandmom does and my mother does, right? They need clarity. Do I really understand what is this brand all about? Is the brand consistent? Because remember, my grandmom had a habit of actually going places and talking to people and figuring out what to buy. So she has same habit even today, right? But the forums and the channels have changed. Now she asks digitally. She used mobile phones. She used laptops to really get that information. She used social media, right? What is the proof that the brand is correct? Obviously, there is no substitute for you to go and test the product, right, on the ground. Until unless you test it, you will not get it, right? And then, what is the relevance? Is this product really meaningful to me? Is it an over expenditure that I'm unnecessarily doing, or I should buy it because it is relevant, right? And many other things around it. Plus, social validation. Earlier, my mom used to go and ask friends, right? Go out walking and then asking. She still does that, but she also rely on her social media friends to give validation, right? She read articles, right, and so forth. So that's the world we play in. Now, why this image, right? What does it tells us? I want people to tell me what this image actually tells. Yeah, volunteers at the back. This image, you have to understand. Yeah, please. It's a conflict? Disappointment.
Disappointment.
Okay. Why disappointment?
After trying and testing the product, she won't prove that thing. Like after testing and trial that of the product, she got disappointed as of the promises they make.
Okay, fantastic, good. More. I need more ideas. That's a great addition. Thank you.
So not everlasting, so it did break, so it was like not lasting product.
Not lasting product. It started well, but it actually dropped in between.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. What else?
Okay, on this row only.
I see this as the cracks. I think whenever a brand makes an advertisement or a message, we make a bridge between what we really want to say and what the customer perceives. So these are the cracks. And the cracks happens when we do not deliver.
When we do not deliver, yeah. So anybody else want to try?
One more.
Yeah, ma'am here.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. And we are talking from a consumer and a person who is making a brand and a consumer right now. You might have to go deeper also. I want you people to think why there are breakages. There are breakages because somebody has promised something and you're not delivering it, right? But now I want you to think why they are not able to deliver. Think over it. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not from marketing. I'm more technical field, but I'm involved in business, right? The one that I can thinking is the ingredient changing. You change the ingredient. So if the ingredient is not similar, this has been built the trust from beginning.
Okay.
So it's something like malware, right? So the interrupt the trust and causing the break of the trust.
Okay.
I'm
So
only thinking about that.
no problem. So what you're saying is a very, very beautiful thing. You said you started with something, you have used a particular stack of technology, you changed in between, and hence the product is not same. It looks it feels different, right?
Normally, when we change to the technology, we will improve from the previous stage.
Sure.
But the thing that they are doing, they not improve, they break it. So when you're talking now about AI, right? People think when we're using AI, it will be causing every trust issue, every something that can causing maybe in my field, cybersecurity, so causing any hack, any attempt, any brute force whatsoever. But if you look at of the technology, how the benefit of you guys in future, right? Actually, if you are, as a human, you're using it with ethical, and you know that they are very intelligent, they will causing much issue, so you will make sure yourself using it very particularly, follow the governance, and also will thinking a very long time or very, very deep, because if you're doing in different way, it will causing the breaks like this one.
Absolutely. That's a very good point. So what she's talking about very interestingly, before we come to you, sir, is a fact that over the course of time, in order to bring efficiency, you change your tech stack and you thought, okay, we'll get efficiency, we'll reduce cost, we'll become more efficient. But there is a beautiful thing. There is a difference between efficiency and effectiveness. You lost effectiveness, you became efficient. But ultimately, effectiveness is just in your head. You're not effective. You're just repurposing and getting... Again, as my friend today in the morning said, right, you are actually duplicating or optimizing your own inefficiencies, right? That's what it is. So thank you, ma'am, for saying that. Sir at the back.
Yeah, you want to say something?
Okay, I also want to say. See, in the initial talk so high, so many promises were there. Small cracks are okay because nobody is perfect in this world. And actually, according to me, there is perfection does not exist. Everything can be improved time by time. But here, this is the result, sudden result, which is not acceptable. That's why trust broke, because she or many people invested and trust and then invested with the government or whatever the policies, or we can relate with the technology as well. But in the future, if it is happening like this, then definitely trust will be broken, and it will not be, nobody will again now trust for the particular brand.
Very, very nicely said. So what you said is very important. There is nothing called perfection in the world, right? Perfection is I would say, is a predecessor for another perfection. Is that what it is, right? So there is nothing perfect, right? We are on a journey to achieve something called right for that moment, right? So there will be cracks when brands are trying to adopt to a new technology, but as long as we are transparent about it, that something went wrong, you know what you have earned? You have earned lifetime loyalty of your end customer. When you're not transparent, you're not telling where it has gone wrong, you will not, achieve that kind of trust, right? So friend at the back.
This is Dr. Mukund, right? The branding trust is broken when your customer experience loses it always. Yeah, the consumer loses trust when the branding believes on trust and brands it all around, when the customer experience is totally different.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a very important point that you talked about. Is basically there is a see, most of the organizations struggle because all of these units work in silo, right? There is a product engineering team that works differently. Marketing goes and talk different, right? And then your internal team, that's what I was trying to question you people. The people who are making the products, how connected they are with your own brand, right? Because it's most of the time when we are we are the manufacturers, we are consumers as well, right? Do you trust the brand that you are actually promoting? Do you really buy that product your own self as a customer? If the answer is yes, most of the time, then you have built the right product. If the answer is no, or you're not sure, why do you expect others to come and buy your product, right? You haven't done the job. You don't even trust your own brand, right? So how do you make your own people trust the world, right? That's the thing that we'll be talking about. Now, if you see this one, right, why it breaks, we all have talked about vague messages. We are over-promising something. We are actually create a very generic story, which is it is coming out of AI. AI is a tool that we have to really think over it and use it appropriately. I always say AI is meant for intelligent people, because now with AI, and I'm also a designer, coder, developer, you talk industry leader and whatsoever, I use AI, right? And I use it and I have to think through it, right? Really labor my brain to come up with a genuine idea and then use AI. Otherwise, what will AI give me? Very generic thing which nobody will relate. I can do it, and I can tell you, my project management officer, she actually showed me a video she has created for her kid. So what is the difference between a superbly educated digital marketer who speaks about digital marketing and talk about content creation, and a person who is actually project management operation person creating a fantastic video as well? So what is the differentiation? The differentiation is how much you understand the craft that you are talking about. How much you know your craft. How much you know how to sell the idea, which is backed up with right data, backed up with the evidence that this is going to perform in the real world, right? Then you really get that. And if anything mishappens, you are transparent about it. If you are not, then you don't get it. So how do you build trust, right? We talked about it. Reduce uncertainty. If the mistakes has happened, be transparent about it. Show your thinking, how you're thinking over a product. What was your knowledge and logic behind that product, right? Then design micro trust framework, right? Small movements, you get that trust. And I'll tell you a real example. Many years ago, I used Citibank as a bank, and I had a family emergency and I wanted my salary to get credited. Normally it get credited a particular time of the day, but there was a delay and I was panicked. Superbly panicked, I made a phone call to the bank, right? You know what happened? The executive on the call, right, instead of screaming and giving me a robotic answer, she said, Anjali, everything will be okay. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. God is kind, right? I can tell you in few hours, salary will be in your account and just be okay. She said 3 extra lines, right, which has nothing to be done. That money doesn't appear magically with these 3 lines, right? But what she did, she calmed me. And now I'm talking about 15 years have passed and I'm still quoting this on the stage now, right now in Malaysia. So that's the brand value and the trust she has created for me. Even today, I use Citibank. But why? There are many other options. But because of that one small movement of care and trust. Now, okay, I told you my grandmom got quite excited. She goes out shopping for car. She knows, she has specific questions because she's now backed up with internet and other information which is easily available with just a voice call. She can ask questions, get the answer, prove, and the brand has to prove, and then she makes a purchase decision. Okay, now let me tell you how actually I got her trust. That's kind of interesting thing. So I wanted to create an image of her, and I showed her how I actually created her in the digital world. So this is how it is, right? So in the world of ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude and others that we talk about, they are transparent with us. They are telling me how they have constructed my grandmother. She had a specific look. She wears a specific dress. I had to tell that so that he can recreate my grandmom for me. Yeah? So, now, I questioned all of you. We were talking about consumer and we were talking about brands and we were talking about how the trust gets established between them. But we really missed one important part. What about trust of our team, trust of all of you and myself who work for a company? And we create products, we design services. What about us? In the world of marketing, the trust is important as we talked about, but trust within the team is also very, very important. And most of the time, this is where it all breaks. Today, we are talking about AI. A lot of marketers think, okay, their job will be gone, or I have to create something very fast, very quick, very so-called efficient. What do I do, right? But you know what is happening today? At some point in time, we are actually compromising on something called craft, right? The value we were bringing in because we were able to understand the craft and people around it. Now, trust. Let me show you this.
H&M's AI digital twins, the future of fashion marketing or ethical minefield. In March 2025, H&M announced something that divided the fashion world. They're creating AI digital twins of 30 real models for their marketing campaigns. This isn't just technological innovation, it's a complete reimagining of how fashion brands approach content creation and model economics. The strategic challenge H&M faces the same problem plaguing every fast fashion retailer. Massive content demand meets rising production costs. Traditional photo shoots require extensive logistics, scheduling, and budget allocation for each campaign. But H&M's solution addresses something deeper, scalability without losing authenticity. The company expects public opinion to be divided, but believes the best way to protect models' jobs and rights in the age of AI is to bring them into the process. The execution strategy, H&M captures extensive photos of their models in various settings, movements, and lighting conditions, replicating every detail from birthmarks to unique movement patterns. This large amount of data is fed into machine learning algorithms that can reproduce images in their likeness. But here's the strategic brilliance. They're not replacing models, they're extending them. H&M works in partnership with models and their respective modeling agencies, ensuring consent and compensation structures, the business impact. The economics are compelling. One model photo shoot can now generate unlimited variations across seasons, products, and marketing channels. The firm can digitally dress virtual twins in a variety of products without additional studio time, travel costs, or scheduling constraints. H&M debuted the first images on Instagram in July 2025, testing market reaction while maintaining transparency about their AI approach. The strategic risk H&M has been slammed for its plan to use AI twins, highlighting the cultural sensitivity around AI in creative industries. This is particularly challenging in Scandinavian markets, where transparency and worker protection are fundamental values. The compensation model remains complex. H&M is still working out how to compensate a digital twin, as traditional usage rights negotiations don't translate directly to AI-generated content. Strategic lessons. For enterprise brands, H&M demonstrates how to pilot controversial innovations transparently. They didn't secretly deploy.
Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second, right? So what did we learn? We learned about that thing that I was talking about, the trust. See, you as a brand owner will definitely have to embrace the new technology. You can't just shy away, right? Because there's so much of production cost, right, that is involved when you actually do a model shoot and all of these things, right? Can I really get into the world which can be complicated and controversial, but I have to be fair and honest, right? From a labor law perspective and others, right? So here H&M has done very transparently, got the models buy-in. They got involved in the entire process and entire journey. They also made it very visible to the end customer that these shoots are basically AI generated, but with the approval of the models themselves, right? So that's the interesting story. So the moral of the story is you don't shy away from the new tool and start talking bad about it. Embrace it the right way. That's important. Now, we are talking about, that's obviously a death of the busy world. The world that we used to be in, I have to write a brief for my team. It takes hell lot of hours to really do the job. Now I can use ChatGPT and other models to write interestingly correct brief. And I'll tell you an example. I wanted to tell my team to animate something. Then I will say, hey, I want ball to fall like this. It should fall and say, tuck, tuck, tuck. I will animate my body to really make that happen, right? But now, with AI tools, I can quickly create a sample and then show my team what is the real product I need, right? They will do the magic, add a lot of dynamics in the story, but at least I'm able to well narrate my problems, right? So this is a quick slide that talks about what can be, where we used to waste time and where we are investing time now rightly and wisely. Yeah. And then there are obviously language no barrier. Let me play this video for you. Anybody used to South Indian films from India? Possible, huh?
That was way too extra. But with 2 extra hot wings, the Solomon Lola is just enough extra.
So, language is not a barrier, right? You people were able to understand, right? It's just a kind of a very filmy view, right, that we all saw, right? Something which is away from science, right? You can put all your physics won't work here. And it's a South African brand talking about extra, right, in a very nice way. And you are sticking with the video, right? And it's delivering the message. Now, I will end my entire presentation with this, and, I'm done.
Tell me about your chin. It kind of protrudes a little bit, especially when I smile. Your jaw? My mom told me I have a good jaw. What would be your most prominent feature? Kind of have a fat, rounded face. The older I've gotten, the more freckles I've gotten. I
once I get a sketch, I say thank you very much, and then they don't see me.
All I had been told before the sketch was to get friendly with this other woman, Chloe.
Today I'm going to ask you some questions about a person you met earlier, and I'm going to ask you some general questions about their face.
She was thin, so you could see her cheekbones. And her chin, it was a nice, thin chin.
She had nice eyes. And how come she spoke? She had blue eyes, very nice blue eyes. So here, this is a sketch that you helped me create, and that's a sketch that somebody described of you.
Yes. She looks closed off and fatter, sadder too. The second one looks more open, friendly, and happy.
I should be more grateful of my natural beauty. It impacts the choices and the friends that we make, the jobs we apply for, how we treat our children. It impacts everything. Couldn't be more critical to your happiness.
Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time as women analyzing and trying to fix the things that aren't quite right. And we should spend more time appreciating the things that we do like.
Yeah. With that, I'm going to end my entire presentation. Sorry. Thank you so much for hearing me. The last video talked about something very human. What was that? The brand was not even selling their product, right? It was talking about something very beautiful. And this is a very, very old ad and one of my favorite ad, right? I'll tell you why. Because it talks about my own without logic insecurities, right? So it connects, right? That we have to smile. We have to really value ourselves. I will find 100 defects in myself, but when I talk to my friend here, she will tell me what I'm good at. But I don't know how to appreciate myself. And that's how you talk about brand and brand communication. If you understand all of this, no tool, no technology can actually get rid of how humans need to feel and humans need to stay happy. And as a marketer, we have to only talk about humans and humans. Thank you so much. And on the screen, you have my LinkedIn ID and also this human code. This is for leadership coaching and guidance and support. It's my family-run thing. I am actually an advisor and the person who will be guiding and supporting you people as well. Please come, send me a message or send me an email, and we will see how we can help you. Yeah, thank you so very much, and extremely sorry for actually.
That's so
Going
great.
beyond the
Even
time.
I can't take my eyes off from the beautiful presentation. So a big round of applause for Anjali Dutta. So we can take one quick question if we have, like one quick question, a short one. Anyone? Okay, only one hand.
Okay, more questions, yeah? You can ask me any
we
question.
can
I'm good
take
at
more
examples.
questions offline because soon we'll be going to have a networking tea time. So let's take quickly one question from Bilal.
Okay, the last video that you played, it actually, I had an idea, the quote that we have always heard, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think they made that ad solely on that concept, because whatever that you think about yourself is way different what the other person thinks. Yes. And sometimes to look deep inside is what you have to ask somebody sitting next to you, that what you think of me would actually set the perspective what we need to achieve or feel or what we have already achieved. Yeah. Because no matter what you do on a daily basis is like very general to you, but to someone else, it might be something of a great treasure that you've already achieved, which they are reluctant to or struggling to. So that's all I had to say. Thank you so much for that video and the presentation.
Thank you so very much. This really summed it up very nicely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mithali.
you so much. A big round of applause for a global leader having over 23 years plus of experience in digital transformation and digital marketing.